What's up, everybody? What's going on? Sorry I'm late. I had to run get do a dog food run. Had to get the dog some food. I'll wait for you guys to get in here. Oh, so how's everybody doing tonight? Tell you, it's warm outside, man. It's muggy outside. At least down here in South Carolina, anyway. I wasn't even going to come on because I was late, but I didn't want to let anybody down. I wanted to try and come on here and give you some entertainment here, some content. We'll just wait and see if anybody shows up. But dogs are doing good. I got the air conditioner unit hooked, put in the window today. Got that hooked up. It's ice cold in there, man. It is like Antarctica in the dog boxes, man. The inside, them dogs are chilling in there. It's cold as hell in there, so they're good. I put the AC in the kennel today, and the dogs are loving it, man. It's ice cold in there right now. I got it set like 66 degrees in there. It's fucking like Antarctica in there. And two people came in, two people went out. And two people came in again. So, but what's going on, Joseph? Show went all right, man. Took a lot of trophies. I didn't get a lot of points. I didn't get points, but I got like 8, 9 trophies, like 2 dozen ribbons. So I killed it pretty much. You okay? Yep. So the next, I was gonna try to go to the Georgia show this weekend, but I just don't have the money to go. So I'm just not. I'm just gonna stay home. Um, but I've been, blowing a lot of money on these dog shows, man. It takes a lot to get this done, you know. So I'm gonna wait because next week is the validation, and I got to go to that one because that's the real big one. So I'm gonna go to that, and I'm gonna have competition there because I know certain people are going there, and they're gonna have Borbles because they went up against me last time at State College. So we'll duke it out up there. But I tell you what, they better have their dogs ready, man, because I'm coming for their ass. I'm not playing around. You know what, Joseph? The funny thing is, I won a stack off trophy. What's up, William? Hope you're feeling all right, buddy. I won a stack off trophy. If you looked at it, when I posted online on Facebook, that thing is like this. Well, it was a box, right, with big ass bullion. It was huge, right? I gave it to my daughter because I didn't know where to put it. And my daughter wanted trophies for her room. She thinks she's, this generation. They're just give me a trophy for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I said you didn't earn it, but I mean, if you want it, take it. Because I mean, I got trophies right here. I got trophies over here. I got trophies. I got them all over the place. I don't have any room to put no trophies right now. I'm maxed out. Well, that's good. You went to the doctor. Hopefully, some positive vibes. But like I said, the next show is going to be the validation. That's in DMV. That's in Maryland, and we're coming for that ass, man. I'm going to win one for you, William. I'll hook you up, brother. Go in there and put a hurting on him. You know, because everybody's starting to get. Because I noticed, you know what's going on? The warbles are starting to come out. Like I started all this shit. They won't say it, but I started this shit. This whole movement with the warbles at the bully shows. You know, this started with me, right? I'll probably never get recognition for it, but not that I need it. But you know, I did this and got it rolling, and now everybody thinks they're just going to roll in here and just going to take over. Nah, man, you're going to have to fight me. Take my shit. You know, they think it's easy. It's not easy, man. You know, because even if you got your dog stacking at home, when you get him there, if you don't stack it, don't mean shit. You know what I mean? The dog's got to work under pressure. The dog's got to work around loud noises. It's a whole different animal when you're at a show and you're against somebody. You got to perform. I mean, my dog's used to it. My dog don't give a shit. My dog's like, let's go kick their ass. You know, so he don't care. He actually likes it. Like when he goes in the ring now, he knows what he's supposed to do. He knows he's there to, you know, like, I'm the man. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be all that. You know, it takes a certain kind of dog to get that way. He wasn't like that in the beginning, but once he learned the rhythm and like what we were doing, he's like, as soon as I put that different lead, when I put that show lead on his neck, he knows it's time to go to work. When I take it off, he knows it's time to chill. So, but because Vader's going to be, oh God, I'm tired. Vader's going to be 4 years old in September. So I'm going to keep one of his sons this year, you know, back to get him coming up behind Vader. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that one female, the one female I bred too, that's due on the 18th. She's pregnant, dude. He's getting ready to do an X-ray to find out how count the puppies. Um, she's pregnant. I get 2 pups back from that. I'm not whelping the litter. He's going to let the vet do it. So really probably a godsend for me. Even though I can do it and I'm good at it, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Um, but I get the first and third pick out of the litter. You know what I'm saying? So at 8 weeks of age, I'll go to Virginia, and we're all going to meet, and we're going to, you know, I'm going to take care of Iron Gates, Connie Corso. We're going to pick the first and third pick, and then I'm going to decide which one I give him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course I should keep the first pick, but I don't know, we'll see. If they're real close, I might not give a shit. Because you know, another thing is too, it's how you feed the dog. You can have the genetics and all that, but if you don't feed the dog and take care of the dog right, it trust me, I've seen Vader's brothers don't look as good as him. They look good, but they don't look like him. But you gotta realize all the fucking raw food and all the supplements and all the new vet vitamins and all that shit that I put into this dog to make him what he is. He's been eating like a king from day one, you know, and limited exercise. Get enough exercise, but not too much, you know, so his hips didn't get messed up. His elbows didn't get messed up. His pasterns are not messed up. Like I nurtured this dog along, you know, in a slow pace. So when he's 2 years old, he's like this, you know. But the bottom line is that black female is going to have puppies. And then we'll see how many live and if she has a C-section and all that stuff remains to be seen. And then the red female that the guy called me about, the red female is going to get bred sometime this month, hopefully. That's a really nice female. That's probably. I mean, I might even like that one better than the black one because of the rear and the stifles and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, but then I'll breed to her, and I actually took you know, So I took that breeding on, and then I got a couple other bigger name breeders that want to use Vader, but they want me to get them SABs registered first. So I just talked to Joseph Phillips a little while ago today, and I'm registered. When I go to the expo, I'm going to get him appraised under the SABs. I'm going to join the SABs registry, and I'm going to have him appraised under SABs. So then he'll be knobber appraised, he'll be SABs appraised, and then if I champ him out, he'll be a champion also. So that dog is straight. I mean, you know what I mean? And if he gets an 85 or better on SABs, that's fantastic. Because normally, if you get an 85 on a knobber, which, that on that Board Bowl registry, the SABs are usually going to be less. So if you're an 85 in the knobber, you're going to be an 83 probably in the SABs. The SABs is even tougher than the knobber. So, and as far as Rocco won some stuff too. He won 2 trophies. The one time I didn't take him in the ring, I had to take both dogs in the ring at the same time. I couldn't do it. I had nobody to handle Rocco because Rocco's about that shit, man, about that life. He's a biter. He's a protection dog. He wants to nail somebody's ass. So you got to handle him appropriately. He's got a lot of drive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to work that out of him, take him to Home Depot and shit and socializing him, but he'll try to nail you. Duro Rico Bully Camp, what's going on? Yeah, I got Vader. I had 10 open breeding slots, Joseph, for Vader, and I filled 3 of them. I got 7 left. So anybody wants to lock in, it's $1,000 lock in to lock in with Vader to breed this year. Once those 7 are gone, that's it. I'm not breeding my dog to death. I'm not breeding him 30 times. I'm not breeding him to every goddamn thing that walks. I'm breeding him I'm looking at the pedigrees of each bitch. I'm looking at her confirmation. If she got what it takes and she compliments him, if they don't compliment each other, it makes no sense. It's like, I want better stifles and rear drive on my dog, right? If I breed him to a stiff stifle bitch, what am I going to get? I'm going to get garbage. So I wouldn't do it. If I get a nice bitch that got curved stifles like Karma and really got that drive, yeah, then I'm going to breed to him. But I'm not going to breed some tall bitch with legs straight as an arrow. No, I'm not doing it. It's not all about the money. It's about productions. Because you know what? If you don't produce the good shit, the money don't come anyway. You got to make the productions first and make them right. Then the money comes on. The money comes easy then because you got the good shit. But you got to have the right product. You got to have the right product. You can't have a bunch of tall, lanky, high-reared Borbles. Nobody wants that shit, especially anybody that's trying to breed. And everybody's been doing their homework, knows what the standard is. So you don't want to do that. It's stupid. All you're doing is setting yourself back. So, but we're going to the validation show. There's a lot of shows this year, Sky. There's so many shows this year. There's probably 50 shows this year in 12 months. I'm not kidding you. Between USBR and, you can't go to them all. But I'm trying to hit the big ones. So right now I'm going to validation show. I'm probably going to go to Dana Conklin's show that she's having later in the summer. I think it's sponsored by Bully Max. So shout out to Dana for that. I'm probably going to go to Boozy Badass show down south there. The validation show is next weekend, the 12th, William. And it's a big show. And shout out to Kennel Island. She's doing her thing, man. She's been real professional about it too, man. I got to give her props, man. The way she's handling herself and even on the social media, the comments she's on point. So I give people their flowers, man. If they're doing good, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to the show, because she's on point and she's doing her thing. She deserves people to show up. If I got some loudmouth dude just acting stupid and he don't know what he's doing, he's got the thing all disorganized, I'm not going to support that show because I'm not about that life. You know what I mean? But she's got it. Seems like she's got it together with that show. I think it's going to be really good. And I got a lot of friends in DMV, New Wave Bulldogs. I got Eddie Powell up there. All these guys that I know. Friends of mine. So let's see, Joseph Johnson. What was it about Vader that separated him from the littermates? How did you make the choice? Um, well, first off, I got to give a shout out. I'll get a lot of shout outs tonight. I'll give everybody their flowers tonight. Christina Ross from Revelation Warbles, which she moved to Italy. She's in Italy right now. She's not breeding anymore. She might come back and do it maybe later time, but she's not doing it now. Um, I hit her up for puppies. She didn't have any. She told me Mark Fallis had puppies. And she said that he had this one black male that was outstanding. Christina knows what she's looking at because she's been breeding for so long. So Christina turned me on to Mark. Then I went down there. I saw the puppy. And I looked at the litter mates. And some of the litter mates, there was a female there that was bigger than him. Believe it or not, was bigger than him as a puppy. But she was blue. I didn't want blue. I wanted black. But he had that stance. He had the flat top line. And when he moved, you could just see everything was right. And I mean, it was no brainer. It's no brainer. If once you get used to looking at dog structure and you're really good at it, you can look at a puppy at 8 weeks old. What that dog looks like at 8 to 10 weeks old is what he's going to be at 2 years old. I'm telling you. So if he's got a bad top line at 8 weeks old, he's going to have a bad top line at 2 years old. I don't give a shit what you give him for supplements. I've learned that lesson, man. Whatever they look like at 8 to 10 weeks old is what they're going to look like down the road. They're going to go through a lot of changes in between, but I'm telling you, by the time he's 2, he's going to look the same way he did it when he was 8 weeks old. If he's east-west, now, the only thing I would say, if he's east-west, if you give him the new vitamins, you might be able to straighten that out. But like bad top line or high rear, stuff like that, if he's got it as a puppy, he's going to have it when he's an adult. I mean, you can say what you want to try to prove me wrong, but I'm telling you, I've been through this a million times. So whether it be bullies or whatever breed. My main concern is I look at the bone, I look at everything, but the main thing is an 8-week-old, 10-week-old puppy. Can the puppy move? How's the dog moving? He's going to have that gait, that powerful stride. If he doesn't have that, he ain't for me. He doesn't have the confidence. That's not for me. But like I said, I've seen some of Vader's brothers. They're in Texas, and they look okay, but they don't look like him. I'm telling you, they don't look like him. They just don't. So, but so we got the validation coming up. I got that Boar Boy Expo coming in between all these shows too. So I'm going to be going to the expo as well to get the SAMS registration done. Hopefully that'll be a decent trip, because I know that could be kind of cliquey out there. Like people, the people that go there, like if you're a knobber guy and you go to a SAMS appraisal and stuff, sometimes they try to make you look stupid. I've heard some horror stories. I don't know. I mean, but I'm just going to go there with an open mind and just do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it won't work. It'll work out good. So I'm not going for the whole 4 days though. I'm going to go probably Saturday and Sunday or something like that. I'm not going for the whole 4 days. So I'll probably do the appraisal and maybe go into the one show, and then I'm going to go home. Because if I show them there, if I place it all at a Boar Boy Expo, and I'm in the top 4, you can't tell me my dog is no good. Because there's going to be like 200-300 dogs there. You know, I mean, if I'm in and running anywhere with a ribbon or anything, I'm doing all right because of the volume of dogs and the caliber of dogs that's there. You know, everybody's saying, "Oh, you can always win at a bully show." Well, guess what? I'm not going to a fucking bully show. I'm going to a horrible specialty show. And then what if I win there, or if I say second, third, fourth place? What are you going to say then? You going to tell me that's bullshit too? That's just haters talking, man. You know what I mean? People just, they're pissed off because you're winning. That show's in Indiana, so that's a little bit of a haul. But it's not for another month and a half, I think, or so. So I got time to get ready for that. But I got to show up, man. Because you know what? If I don't show up to that and the other guys show up, it makes me look like I'm scared. Like I don't want to go up against the best. I can't do that. You got to show up, man. Got to be outside. You know what I mean? And I'm not really scared. I don't give a shit. I got the attitude. I go in the ring against anybody. If I lose, I lose. It's that simple. But I got the balls to get in the ring. That's the difference. Most people won't even get in the ring. I'm showing up. Because in my eyes, my dog's just as good as yours. And until you prove me wrong, I'm going to think that. I've got confidence in my boy. So, as I should. So if you've got a friend that's, doing something, you're going to support him. It's the same thing. Got to back your boys up, man. That's my boy, so I got to back him up. But I tell you, this breeding in the fall, the karma, man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what comes out of that shit. Whew. I mean, you talk about big dogs that can move. It's gonna be, whew, we're gonna get some freight trains out of that. Scary. I'm just trying to. I think in my head, putting like Vader's mass and top line in that front end of his with her rear and getting something that moves like that. Holy shit, man. That's going to be crazy. And another thing is, too, she's got a drier mouth, so you're going to get less in his skin, but the big head, and it's going to dry his mouth up, not less slobber. It's going to be great, man. I'm really excited to see what comes out of that. And to be honest with you, this other female I just bred to, getting these two puppies out of here will give me more of an idea of, what to expect from Karma and him. Because I know what this female looks like. So if I get puppy at 8 weeks old and it looks more like Vader, I know he's dominating that gene pool, you know what I'm saying? Like he's trumping it. Joseph, how many keepers for Karma's litter? Right now, supposed to be 2. But I'm not going to front. I'm going to tell you right now. If somebody offers me $5,000 for my first pick, it's going. Because you know what? I got to buy a house, and I got to buy land. And it's not just for me; it's for the dogs. You know what I'm saying? I got to get 2-3 acres for these dogs so I can make a big ass fenced in area, and they can run around and raise hell, and I ain't got to worry about them getting out. I'm going to do it a cheaper way. I'm not going to do it super expensive way. I'll probably do like a lot of these guys are doing in Texas and stuff, the 4x4 posts and like the pig wire or whatever. But it'll be done nice. But when you're doing a big area, better off just put posts in the ground and do it that way. But I'm going to keep the pig male and the pig female out of that litter. If somebody came to me and says I'll give you $10,000 for both puppies, they're going to leave. It's that simple. Because you know why? I can repeat the breeding. I own the bitch. See, this other female, I don't own this female, so I got to keep that puppy because I'm never going to get that again. So I want that blood. So that puppy is not going anywhere. That puppy will stay with me unless the puppy doesn't turn out and I got to sell it as a pet. Like if it's got something wrong with its rear or something like that. Because now we're mixing Anderson Hulk blood and Flocky blood with Vader, you know. And Anderson Hulk, if you look at the video, look him up on YouTube and watch him move in slow motion. The dog is big as Vader, probably as big as Vader, but the dog moves better than Vader. I don't even know if the dog's alive anymore. Probably the dog's probably not even alive anymore. But because the dog's probably 7, 8, 9, 10 years old or dead, one or the other. I never really researched to find if he's still alive or not. But I'm telling you, that dog can move. They show him in a side gate in slow motion, man, and he picks up his rear leg and he kicks out and he picks up and he kicks out. That's what you want. You don't want a dog that's using his front end to pull his rear end. You want him driving from the rear and reaching with the front. You want the propulsion coming from the back end, not from the front end. So, but I think when I put that with Vader, the Vader cross with him, I got the bone, I got the mass, I got the top line. Now I got the rear movement. And then maybe what I'll do, check this out. This would be really killer. The second time I breed Karma, I'll breed her to that puppy. Because by then it'll probably be champed out anyway. Can you imagine what that's going to look like? I mean, that's locomotive city there. Because then they both move. Now you got two movers. Now the movement's going to be fucking crazy. So I'm thinking of all this shit down the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking 4 years from now what I'm doing. 2 to 4 years from now, I'm already figuring out where I'm going. And you have to. You got to be a couple years ahead of yourself. But gonna get some real good moving dogs out of this, I think. It's gonna be really nice. So, and then we got the GCR Nationals coming up. I think that's in June, first week of June. And I'm going to that. I'm going to get all dressed up for that one. I'm going to put my black pants on and my black dress shirt and take my hat off, get my fade straight, and, look like I actually know what I'm doing. Have my dogs looking their best, and try and kick ass. If you look at Global Canine Registry, if you look at the national flyer or the national flyer for the year, Vader's on it. So Vader's on it, representing the Borgles. So yeah, I look like a judge. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be a judge at some point. I mean, I'm not pushing it right now. I mean, champ out a couple dogs, then I'll start the apprenticeship thing, and take it from there. The only thing with me, I'll have to learn a lot more. I mean, I know about the exotics and the different classes, but I'm going to have to really learn, study that shit so I make good decisions, I don't want to screw nobody, and I wouldn't want anybody to screw me either. So, so I want to make sure I'm making the right decisions. But you got Dana Conklin having a show, sponsored by Bully Max. Then, also don't forget now, guys, you got September 6th, you got Beast of the East. Shout out to Danny Cervantes. Beast of the East 3.0. I'll be there. I got a suite right next to the ring. So it's like 10 by 20. Hopefully by then I'll have my setup and I'll have my tent with my name on it and all that shit. And I'll have merch there. I'll have hoodies, I'll have hats, shirts, buttons, all that stuff. And that's the one I took at Best in Show Reserve with Vader. That was the first time he was shown. That was last year. First time he was shown last year. Took Best in Show Reserve first time out. Never been in the ring before, ever. And now he's seasoned, and now I'm seasoned, And now the thing that I've locked in for me as a handler, I know how to get that dog up to speed in a small ring. I know what that dog needs to move, like how fast he has to be moving to make him look right. Like if you look at the USBR video or the Beast of the East video on YouTube, man, I look at it, what the hell was I doing at that dog show? I'm sitting there just looping along. Now I got that dog moving, man. I'm flying. I'm like jogging around the ring with him now. That he's zoom, zoom, zoom. So I know how to make him look good, you know. Like when I went to the jungle, I had his speed just right, man. I was moving his ass because the ring was big, so I was jogging. I was literally jogging with him. You don't want him to start galloping, but you want him maxed out, fast to trot as he can go and cover ground without going into a gallop. You know what I mean? So, anybody got any puppies or anything going on? Any litters coming up? Feel free to put them up. Now, if anybody's interested in these puppies on the 18th, I remember, I'm getting 2 puppies, but he's selling the rest of the litter. He's not a breeder. So if you want one of these puppies and you want this is a special litter, I can hook you up and get you in on a puppy. But you gotta let me know you're serious. And they're not cheap. And they shouldn't be. I mean, they're not super expensive. Most Orville puppies these days are $5,000. Most Orville puppies these days are $5,000. These puppies are $3,500, and that's with full rights. That's cheap compared to most, because everybody else is $4,000 and up. So you might find some at 25, but they're not going to be the caliber of dog like these. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have less bone. They're going to be weird colors like blue or lilac or some crazy shit. Well, they're not acceptable colors anyway, so why would you want them? I'm not trying to get blues and blacks, blues and lilacs and these weird colors in my camp. I'm trying to stay black, red brindle, and red. Here comes Buddy. What's up, Bubba? Come here, Vader Tomato. Come say hello. He's all happy. Come here, Bubba. Okay. Silly ass. Slobbering all over me and shit. Yeah, Vader's sister could be blue, but doesn't mean he carries it. On his embark, William, on a genetic code, I believe he's a capital B. So that means he's black. He's not diluted. If he had lowercase b, that'd be diluted. You know what I'm saying? And I believe he's double capital B, no dilute. So he shouldn't throw blue. I don't know what the bitch's genetic code is. You know what I'm saying? But I know Anderson Hulk was black. Flocky was black. So the grandfather and the father were black. I don't know what the mother was. But yeah, when you look at a genetic code, it'll tell you if it's diluted or not. And you can tell by the uppercase or lowercase letters. Because you got to remember, I've had him embark tested for genetics, and I've had him embark tested for health. And when you do an embark test, it'll tell you whether whether his features are going to be large, medium, small. It tells you a lot about about him. Oh, mommy's getting you a treat. Vader's getting a treat. Huh? Yeah, I gotta give the rest of it, go out and give the rest of them when I get off of here, bro. Just throw it through the kennel. But another thing I'm going to start doing too, down the line, I'm going to start doing echocardiograms on the dogs for heart murmurs and shit. You know, make sure that their hearts, we ain't got no problem with hearts or valves and all that shit. Um, so, so I'm just trying to, you know, make sure the dogs are health tested, that they're genetically tested, you know, and doing it the right way. You got your camp light?
It's dark as shit.
I'll put them solar lights up. You won't be having a problem then. So I put that air conditioner in the kennel today and got that done.
Go outside, babe.
And then I'm gonna go. I'm ordering a 4-pack of solar lights to have the arms on them, and I'm gonna mount them to the trees and the telephone pole back here, and they'll come on automatically at night and light up that side over there. So I'll have that done, and then I'm gonna put some shelves up in the whelping room, so I can put stuff in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to plywood the wall and start hanging. I might start hanging ribbons and stuff up in there. I don't know. I'll run out of room quick though, because I mean that wall ain't gonna be big enough. I mean I got enough to cover that whole wall right now. So I probably won't do that. I'll probably just keep it for the whelping stuff. What I'm gonna do when I move into a new house, I'm gonna have one wall, and it's gonna be nothing but shelves and places to hang shit. Because I've been looking at modular houses, and I can tell you they make a modular house that actually has a dog room where it's got a vinyl floor and it's got a tub to wash the dogs. I mean, it's like a vet office in there. It's crazy looking, and you could buy this done, right? I'm thinking about doing something like that. You know, it's like having your own vet office. Stainless steel countertops on the crazy. Vader, we stop. Hey, crazy. Who's back, Bubba? All right, don't slobber on me, buddy. Say hi. Say hello. Okay. 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 Good boy, Bubba. But all right, don't slobber on me, dude. Come on, chill. Lay down, Bubba. Bear's over here panting all over me and shit.
You get yucky stuff on me, I'm gonna be mad.
You gotta go over there and get slobber all over Linda.
No slobbering. Be a good boy. Good boy.
So yeah,
Lay down.
we're gonna be busy all the way to the end of the year. You know, it's gonna be wide open, man. Between the puppy litters and dog shows and the Borbal Expo, and it's crazy, man. Just think of all the traveling. I mean, I'm tired just thinking about it. How much is the house going to be? The house we looked at, I think, was like what, 190 grand or something like that for that modular. That's without the land. So by the time you get done, it's going to be like 260, 250, something like that. Get the land and all that shit. But it's 2,400 square feet, I think it was. Something like that. Has two master bedrooms with master baths in it too. We'll see.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you? Go wipe your mouth. Go wipe your mouth.
Go lay down, Vader. Go lay down, bro.
Don't.
He drank some water. He can slobber it all over his. You don't want to get all wet. Lay down, brother. Don't wipe that shit on my chair, bro.
Good boy. Good boy. Wait. Got to teach him how to wipe his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling them about the house the one house we saw that had the dog room. Like there was like a vet office in there. Remember we saw that one with stainless steel counter?
it can either be a dog room or a laundry.
Yeah, it's here.
And a shower thing in dogs.
Yeah, had the shower thing in for the dogs, like the stainless steel joint. Thing was pimped out. Yeah, in South Carolina, William. I'm not leaving South Carolina. I have no reason to leave here. You know, I'm good right where I'm at least for now. Can't go anywhere anyway. I got in-laws and stuff to take care of, you know. What's up, Eric? How you doing, brother? So what else I want to tell you? Trying to think. Actually, Lynn from Kennel Island, she posted a list of all the shows from every registry till the end of the year. Man, you should have seen that list, man. That list was long as hell. She posted it on Facebook. I wanted to copy it. There was like 50 shows, man. It was crazy. But you can't go to every one. Some of them are worth going to, and some of them, for me, some of them don't accept warbles. You know, like Kev Green friend requested me yesterday, so I'm friends with Kev Green. Kev Green is the the president, the owner of BRC Global, and I asked him at the jungle. I said I said, can we get the warbles in the BRC? And he says, well, if you get enough people, we can. But that's where it comes to people with the warbles need to come outside. You need to come outside to show. You need to come outside to support the community. Because I'm trying to be like the ambassador, you know, the warble ambassador here, and get us in the BRC, the ABKC. I'm fighting to get us in all this stuff. But I got to have people coming out to compete with me. You know, I can't just bring the same 3 dogs to the shows all the time. They get tired of that shit. You know, I mean, they love me. You know, like they got love for me and love for my dogs, but they want like 10 warbles in there and then see who wins. That's a real show. That's competition. You know what I'm saying? Like where he has to make a cut and then the last 5 get judged again or something like that. That's a real show. You know, not this, oh, I got 2 dogs in the ring and I own both of them and now they got to compete against each other. That's corny, man. That's just corny. You know? No, I want the smoke, man. I want the smoke. You understand? I don't give a shit where your dog come from, Africa, Portugal, fucking China. I don't give a shit. My dog came from Florida, and he's ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? And that's not being cocky. It's just being confident and not being scared. I've never been a guy to be scared to compete. The worst you can do is lose. What else is going to happen? It's not like I'm going to get beat up. You know what I mean? You go in there, you get your ass kicked, you get your ass kicked. But by the same token, the same person that kicked your ass today, you could whoop his ass next weekend. You don't know what's going to happen. What if his dog has a bad day? What if he don't put the dog's feet in the right spot? Anything can happen, man. You got to be on point like 100% when you're in the ring because they're watching everything. They're watching the temperament of the dog. They're watching if the dog's trying to sit down. They're watching if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, you got to be on point. You know, and I know what they're looking for, and I'm to the point where I know exactly what I need to do when I get in there. The minute I start stacking, I already know where I'm going. You know what I mean? And once I stack the dog, I can look at him, I can tell if something's wrong, if something's crooked. You know what I mean? I got it down to a science. And I'll tell you another thing that helped me too is by people taking pictures of my dog in the ring when I was showing them. I saw things that I was doing wrong with like a foot placement and stuff, and now I can correct because I can see it from the outside of the ring. You know, it's hard because the dog is so tall. You're looking over the dog like this. I can't tell if his feet are right. But after a while, you learn by looking at that angle, you know if they're right or not. Because you've seen the pictures from the previous show, You say, and you can say you know whether or not the dog is right or not. Yeah, the best thing about the modular homes is that you can put it wherever you want basically. And also remember, I'm a septic guy, so I'm going to do my own septic. I'm also going to do my own well. I'll have somebody come and drill the well casing, but I'm going to put the pump in. I'm going to put the expansion tank in. I'm going to run the line to the house. All that I'm going to do myself. Oh, he's got ants in his pants. So, yeah, because I mean, just the septic alone, you're saving about $12,000, and then on the well, I'm saving about 4 grand, 4 or 5 grand. Just to drill the well casing, William, just to drill the well and put the casing in the ground is 8 grand. The foundation, because I'm putting mine on a foundation, brick foundation, $10,000. So right there, we got 18,000 right there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the dog stuff. I don't want to get hooked on the home thing too much. But that's what I'm trying to do, like get on properties so the dog's got room. But there's a lot of shows this year. I'm going, like I said, so we're hitting a validation. And then I'm trying to think in order what shows. Validation. Then I think it's Dana's show in May. There's 2 or 3 shows in May I'm going to hit. I think there's one in the DMV I might hit. June you got the Nationals, and then there's a couple other shows behind the Nationals. And then July and August is like kind of slows down a little bit because it's so hot. And then September, Beast of the East 3.0, Danny Cervantes show. Danny always puts on a good show. I usually get there a day early, try to help him out. I was setting up shit. I was there last year a day early. I actually parked my motorhome right behind the building, and I stayed there on the weekend. Like I didn't even leave the park. I had him hook up a 30 amp setup, and I was right next to the panel. They hooked it up, and I plugged in, and I was good. So, but there's a lot going on. A lot of showing this year. We got the 2 breedings going on, maybe 3. The guy with the red female commits, which I hope he does because that bitch is nice and she's SABS registered. She's really nice. I hope he definitely comes to my dog. And it ain't about the stud fee. It's about what they're going to produce. The bitch is nice. That's the one that I posted. I mean, she really looks good. And then I was talking to Brandy Butler. She might possibly use Vader, and she's pretty good, pretty well known breeder. She got some nice dogs. She actually has a litter. Brandy Butler has a litter coming from her female Desi and T'Challa. T'Challa is basically Vader's competition in the Black Borbal community right now. T'Challa and him are kind of like right there, I've never seen T'Challa in person. I think T'Challa is a little shorter, but he's wider than my dog. I think that's what I'm going by from what I see on the pictures. You know what I mean? But he's a nice dog. So, then I was thinking, what if I got a dog from her? What if I got a pup from her from off the T'Challa litter and then mixed it with Vader? I mean, there you go. There's some more shit. I'm thinking all the time, you're trying to create the perfect dog, is what you're trying to do at all times. You're just trying to perfect your craft. You know what I mean? That's all we're trying to do. As breeders, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to create the ultimate dog. So all we can do is keep trying. But you have to be selective. You just can't breed this to that and expect, you know, a showstopper to come out. You know, scatter breeding and all that shit's not going to work. You got to have a plan. You got to get a plan, and then you got to execute the plan. Because you can have a plan, but if you don't execute it, it don't mean shit anyway. That goes for anything, not just dogs. That's just anything. So, anybody got any questions or anything? You got, we got a few minutes here. What's up, Bubba? I know he had to go to the bathroom. What's the matter, Bubba? You say hello? He's a big boy. What's a big boy? Yeah, well, William, you know what I want to do with him first? I want to shape him and see what he's like at 2 years old with me like doing behavior shit with him and obedience stuff. And if I got him, if he's there's one thing to have like a chaotic dog, but if it's not control chaos, I don't want it. So I'm being honest with you. I can't say yet, but I think that Rocco might be what they call a sharp dog. And if you know what a sharp dog is like a dog where you walk up, you'll try to pet it, and it'll try and nail you. It might not even growl. It'll just be like that. Because he did it. He did it to a lady at the show. I was going to let her handle him and run him around a ring. He tried to nail her 3 times. Can't have that, man. That's why I don't do bite work no more. Because these dogs, even though they're capable, once they get a taste of that shit, if it's not controlled, it's very hard to have a show dog and a working dog all in one. It can be done, but it's not that easy, man. It's just not that easy. You know? In these days with liabilities and shit, I don't want nobody getting bit. Like I scratched him in that one, I think in the third show? I think it was the third show. I scratched Rocco. I said, don't worry, I'm not bringing him in. Because I had no way to handle the dog, right? And I said, I'm not going to have somebody get bit so I can get a trophy. That's stupid. So I scratched the dog. That's why you see in the picture, there's only 2 trophies on Rocco's side. Because he didn't show in the third show. But when he did show, he showed well. Man, Rocco barks if a blade of grass goes by, man. Let me tell you. Come on, dude. You're slobbering all over me shit. Like the minute somebody down the street makes a noise or something, he's all about it. So. Oh, yeah. I'm going to work the dog, William. I'm going to work him. If I can't show him, I'm going to turn him into a protection dog. I'm going to take him and work him. I'll take him over to, what's his name? Stefan over there, World Class Canine in Clover. And I'll say I want to do some bite work with this dog. You know what I mean? We'll do protection training with him. But the dog's got such good movement, I really want to champ him out and put him in the ring. The dog moves. You see how he glides when he trots around. He trots around like a damn stallion. So. But we got about 5 minutes and I'm getting off of here. So. If anybody wants to talk about anything or anybody's got any questions, now's the time. Yeah, but I'm a decent trainer. But when it comes to protection work, like Stefan trains all the police dogs. Like he's way better than me, dude. He smokes me. Like I'm a very good obedience trainer when for beginner and advanced obedience when I can concentrate on it. You got to realize I run a business. See, DTH Plumbing and Septic, okay? This takes up a lot of time too. You know, if you can't I'm one of those guys, if I can't concentrate on it and make the dog right, I'd rather pay somebody to take the dog for 2 weeks or a month. You know what I mean? And get the dog right. It's world class canine. I can't remember his last name. His first name's Stefan. He's from like Austria or Czechoslovakia or somewhere. I don't know, one of the place. You know. But he's in Clover, South Carolina. But he's good. He's a good trainer. Put it this way, he's got Malinois, he's got Dutch Shepherds. You know what how crazy Dutch Shepherds are? Dutch Shepherds are nuts. I mean, they're worse than a Malinois. They make a Malinois look stable. You know what I mean? So, huh? Oh, his last name's Nadzam. So Stefan Nadzam. So, but yeah, I mean, he does a good job. I don't think he sells them. He just trains, and he I don't believe he boards anymore either. He won't. He doesn't meet. So I was going to leave my dog at one point, and he says he don't do that. You got to just come there and train and go home. I mean, he might be boarding again. I don't know. You know, I haven't talked to him in a while, so I really don't know what he's doing. He met Vader when he was a puppy. He hasn't seen Vader since. Imagine if I go back and show him Vader now, I'd be like, holy shit. So, but anyway, like I said, the show schedule, we're gonna hit the validation next Saturday. Try and kick everybody's ass up there. Bring home some wins. I want points. I don't even care about the trophies. I need points. I'm trying to champ Vader out. Okay? I think he needs 30 points. And he's done. Basically, if I champ him out in one 3-show event, if he wins all 3 shows, he's done. Now both of them are champions. Now I got champion on both sides, bred together. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. So I'm trying to get that done before September. That is the goal. So, but we're going to show right till the end of the year. I'm going to go hard. Now next year, I'm not going to show as hard. I don't think. Next year, I'm going to be more selective of the shows I go to. It's going to be all the big hit shows. I'm going to hit the big ones. You know, if I can hit some small ones in between, I might, but I'm not going to kill myself like I did this year. This year is the year I get my brand out there and everybody knows who the fuck I am, right? I'm everywhere, okay? So now they know who I am. So now I don't have to prove who I am. They know who I am. Now I just got to get the right dogs in the ring. You know, right now I'm just trying to promote the brand and get the brand out there to everyone. So that's what we're doing. So I'm doing the work. Nothing comes without doing the work, period. Nothing. So you all have a good night, and I'm going to go relax. I'm tired, and I'll talk to you next Friday. All right? Anybody? All right, I'll talk to you all later. Peace.